Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the future of the Dream Smp, and this is going to be both long term and short term, so make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to reveal a lot of information today. So yesterday we had some really cool developments. Now obviously that's when I was recording this, but it will probably be a few days from when I release this video. But Techno and Tommy actually teamed up in the end, which is very cool because Techno actually revealed his stash of wither skulls. Now, most people obviously realise that Techno probably had something in reserve because he hadn't just been doing nothing in his retirement home. It's not his way. I'll be showing footage of this thing right now. He built like a really cool honey and slime block door, which is very cool. And so yeah, yesterday the butcher gang or whatever they're called, they came to try and kill Tommy. Now that was led by Quackity. They put Technoblade in a cage, but Puns and Dream managed to get him out, which is interesting because you don't know who's on whose side now, because obviously Tommy and Techno are together, but Dream is very much against Tommy after the events of what happened at Logstedshire and all of that. So yeah, it's a very interesting time. Now I'm going to move on to some other storylines and what is actually going on with the script of Dream Smp, so I'll get straight into that. So yes, overall it seems as though Tommy's exile has kind of been forgotten, but I don't think Dream will have that, because Techno seems to sort of be protecting Tommy at the moment, which is good for Tommy, I guess, and they are going to try and get the disc back, because that seems to be all that Tommy cares about, so that is going to be very interesting. Now I believe, I don't know if this is right, but Skeppy has one of the discs and so does Turbo. Now that's going to be difficult because as long as Tommy is with Techno, Turbo is definitely not giving Tommy back the disc, no matter how much he probably pleads. And but yeah, so Dream is not going to be very happy at the moment, especially because he just helped Technoblade escape jail, because obviously the Butcher army or whatever, they're very incompetent, and Quackity managed to die to simply a pickaxe. Techno had just a pickaxe to kill him with, and he managed to do it. I had notes on like Mexican Lemanberg and stuff, but that's kind of finished. So is Tommy's exile, obviously. There is one storyline I want to talk about, is Laserbeam and Vicstar. They are trying to make the Church of YouTube membership. Now they made a small one, but I think they're going to make a massive like monastery, and I assume like the entirety of the server is probably going to declare war on them, because that is not a good idea. In a server full of Twitch streamers, it's like 4 YouTube streamers, and I think Techno hopefully will help them, because they are going to die otherwise. But yeah, I don't know about Ranbu. He's a very new member to Dream Smp, and he seems to kind of he was in the Butcher army or whatever, but he didn't really want violence or anything. So he might join Techno and Tommy out in the retirement. And Filza has also been put on house arrest in Lemanberg. And I assume Techno's going to have to come through with some withers and break him out, which is going to be interesting. Now, overall, it looks like obviously Techno's writing the script now, I believe. Now that Wilbur's is a ghost, I believe Techno has taken over. And I assume he's got some sort of war planned. So, yeah, that's going to be very interesting, what the next big war is on Dream Smp. I'm trying to think what could be next. There's, like, lots of things that could happen, and I feel like the discs are going to play a huge role in whatever war comes next, because it seems that the story, they have a plan for the story, but then Tommy comes and wrecks it with whatever he does, like burning down George's house, and then creates a whole new character arc, and that's really cool. So yeah, it's becoming a very story-structured server, which I think is very cool, and it helps like animatics and stuff. There's really cool ones. I might play a few. I don't know if I'm allowed to play them or not. I might play a few in the background because they're amazing. I would highly recommend go subscribing to like Sadist and people like that. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else I can get into, but I'll come back with something else. I thought that for any of you guys who haven't seen much of the Dream Smp, I thought I'd explain some of the events that lead up to where we are now, because I can't really explain much of what's going to happen in the future if I don't talk about the past. Now, So, first war major thing that happened was when Tommyinnit joined the server and got his 2 discs. Now that is a Melahai, and I'm not sure which one the other one is. But yeah, so these discs have been passed around so much, and it's basically the cause of most of the conflict on the server. So the disc war happens between Tommy and Turbo against Dream, which is one of the most important wars of the. It wasn't as like structured as it is now, and but yeah, then the next one you would move on to the L'Manberg War. Now Wilberset, it started in the Camarvan as like as a business opportunity, let's say, and it grew into a nation. Now this nation consisted of a few people: Fundy, Eric, Wilbur, Tommy, Turbo, and Nicky, I think was the cast, and they managed to create a nation, but Dream wasn't very happy about that because they basically declared themselves independent from Dream Smp, which was not good for Dream as he had less power over them. Now, there was a massive war over whether they could be independent or not, and that sparked so much stuff. Like, I'm trying to think. They had so L'Manberg got blown up, I believe, for the first time, and then I think that Tommy managed to trade his discs for the freedom of L'Manberg. Now that is currently why the discs have ended up where they did, because I believe Dream then gave one to Skeppy and kept one for himself, I believe, or maybe I think Skeppy might have bought the disc actually, and that was very interesting because the disc hadn't moved around for a long time, and that was very interesting for the server. But yeah, I don't think Tommy doesn't have either of his discs currently. It's definitely with Turbo and Skeppy. I think, yeah. Because before the whole war with the Manberg, the second to take back Manberg, I'll talk about that right now. So Jay Schlatt becomes leader he's the only democratically elected person on the Dream Smp that's ever been in charge. And you had Tommy wanted to retake L'Manberg. Now, obviously, Wilberset didn't want that to happen. He wanted to just blow it up because it couldn't. He called it his unfinished symphony. It would never be finished. And what he decided to do was blow it up because he became Dream's vassal. Now, if you don't know what a vassal is, it's basically someone who serves their leader. And yeah, he definitely did that. Technoblade just wanted anarchy. I don't think he had any ties to Dream particularly. But yeah, L'Manberg was blown up. Before that war, I believe Tommy gave Turbo one of his discs as a sign of trust. But then, now we've got an interesting situation because Tommy has been exiled by Turbo, and they are kind of enemies at the moment. So that is where we have led up to. Tommy is in a very bad position, honestly, because there's almost no way he can get these discs back without any bargaining power. Now, because Turbo has exiled him still, so he can't even go to L'Manberg without people trying to kill him. So yeah, that is pretty much everything to do with the past. Now I need to think of what are the plot lines for the future. Now you can leave comments about this because I'm just a guy making assumptions and not really. I don't actually know what's going to happen. But so we have got some sort of structured script now, which is always good. And Tommy and Wilbur have said that it's not completely scripted, and it doesn't really things are just set up to happen more dramatically. Like say fills are joining at the right time and then being in the right place. But yeah, it's really cool how Dream Smp has evolved. But finally, I wanted to talk about what I think is next. Now I feel like there's got to be some war over the discs. Now I believe this is going to be Tommy and Techno coming back to L'Manberg and Dream Smp, and I think Tommy is going to fight Dream alone. I think because Techno doesn't have beef with Dream is the thing. So I don't know how he's going to be able to get his discs back without actually having any conflict with Dream, which is interesting. And Techno really wants revenge on Manberg after what they did to him. They tried to steal his horse. They tried to execute him. He literally was executed, but his totem of undying saved him, and he managed to escape thanks to Dream, which is how we got into this small predicament. Now, there's probably going to be a wave of live streams tonight or tomorrow night where things happen. So I will. I might make another video on this. I don't know, depending on what happens. But that is basically everything I got to say about the Dream SMP and where I think it will go in the future. So I really work hard on these videos. So if you could subscribe, that would be really helpful. And leave a like as well while you're here. And you can turn on notifications if you press the all bell on the notification settings. You get all of the notifications whenever I upload a video. And hopefully I will be uploading a lot more because I've got holidays and stuff coming up. So that's really useful. So yeah, hope you did enjoy and goodbye.